Hi my little flowers. I haven't called you guys out in a while. I don't know why. So today I want to talk about the importance of having a good endocrinologist. The reason I'm talking about this is because I went and I saw my new endocrinologist for the first time today. She's the third one I've ever had, and I'm actually in a really good mood about it because I really liked her. So just to preface this a little bit, for the first 18 years of my life, or not 18 years of my life, but because I was diagnosed when I was 15, and I was still considered a kid or minor or whatever, I had this wonderful endocrinologist here in New Mexico named Dr. Kaufman, Dr. Ellen Kaufman, and she, people speak so highly of her, and they spoke highly of her before I was diagnosed, which is why my parents wanted me to be with her, and she ended up living up to her name because she's just she's so amazing. She just felt like a second mother. She was just a part of the family. She cared about me like her own kid. And she was just so sweet, yet also firm. Very, very smart. Comforting, yet not she wasn't like a pushover, you know what I mean? She was still able to say, hey, here's what you need to do, here's what you need to do better, here's what you're doing wrong, but without making me feel bad about it and without making me want to cry. Because as I've said probably a million times on this channel, is that diabetes is a very emotional disease. So if you're gonna have someone who's in charge of talking to you about your diabetes and have a person who's actually there to break it down for you exactly what you've been doing and all the things you've been doing wrong and what you can improve on, you kind of want that to be a person that you feel comfortable with, right? So basically, she was a pediatric endocrinologist, which means I wasn't allowed to be with her past 18. However, she did see me a little bit past that. I think she said 20 was her cutoff age, and I'm so grateful for those last 2 years she let me be with her. Anyways, I had great A1Cs when I was with her, when she was in charge of everything, and I loved the diabetic educators who were there and the nutritionists. But when it was time to switch to an adult endo, I had quite a hard time. I went to a place that I will not name because I'm not here to talk badly about people, and I don't know if you want me to message you personally, if you live in New Mexico and you're looking for an adult endo and you want me to tell you who I went to, what their names were, and whether I like them or not, then I will, but I won't state it here on camera. Anyway, so we went to this place and there was this doctor, and she was just pretty much the opposite of Dr. Kaufman. She was very strict and firm and kind of just seemed like she didn't have any emotions, if that makes sense. And so here I am being oh my gosh, she has all these charts of all the numbers of things that have happened in the past 3 months or whatever, and she's asking me if you're diabetic, that they're gonna ask you, last week, Monday, 12 o'clock, you gave yourself 12 units for whatever. Do you remember why? Do you remember what you're eating? What did you do directly afterwards? And why was your sugar high afterwards? And you're I don't know. Last week, Monday, I don't know. I honestly cannot remember. So she was kind of like that about everything. And on top of that, when I would get emotional about it, she would be just didn't seem to care. And there was a part of her that was that was very professional, I guess. It is her job to just look at the numbers and fix the numbers. But I think being an endocrinologist, you have to have a certain amount of personality. You just gotta be super personable with your patients and make them feel comfortable, because if someone's telling me to fix my blood sugars but I'm crying at the same time and they're not caring that I'm crying, it's not gonna make me want to fix my blood sugars. It's just gonna make me want to run away and go eat a cake. So I saw her a couple of times. Actually, the diabetes educator who worked with her was really cool and I really liked her. But I kind of put off seeing her, and I wouldn't see her every 3 months, and it was very confusing because she wouldn't test my A1C for me, and I was supposed to already have that done when I saw her, which was kind of unusual. I don't know, just little things like that. I felt very uncomfortable talking to her, asking her questions, and she just gave off these bad vibes. And maybe for some people, they really enjoy her and she really works for them and she's what they need. But when you are diabetic, you need to find a doctor that fits your needs. So it wasn't until today that I was able to see my new endo, because this place that I'm actually doing all of my doctor stuff, my main doctor and where I get my blood work and all of that stuff, all the different categories of my body that need to be checked out, are all in one place now. So that way I'm not having to make all these people from across the city communicate and have miscommunication and just things going crazy. So I met her for the first time today because I'd been trying to get in for months. I'd seen my primary care physician there, I'd gotten blood work done there, and I'd seen my diabetes educator there twice, but I had yet to meet this woman, so I've been like, oh my gosh, I just want to know, like, is she okay? I mean, I heard she was trusted. My mom had done research and she found that this woman was like pretty cool, so both of us were driving there like with this vision of her in our heads, like, I think she looks like this, I think she looks like this, she sounds like this type of person, and we were just both like in a pretty good mood about it. And when we got there and we actually met her, we were like, yeah, this is gonna be good. She just had she was very calm about everything, and she was very sweet, and she was very, she didn't make everything seem like an emergency, like, you're doing this wrong, and oh my gosh, and don't you know what fucking happen to you if you don't, like, whatever. She brought up things that would have been awkward, such as like diabetes and pregnancy, and whether I want to have a baby anytime soon, which I don't, by the way. She just did all of that without making it feel uncomfortable, and she just was very clear about everything she said. I wasn't confused about anything, and she was just like, I felt like I could ask her anything. And even though I've only seen her once now, I can say that I would suggest her to just about anybody. And the amount of relief I have in myself and just for finding an endo that I actually like is just so much. I mean, that's just a huge weight off my shoulders, because now I know that there's somebody who has my back when it comes to my diabetes, who knows how to take care of things, who I can call and not feel uncomfortable, and who's just there to kind of like support me, because that's what endo is. It's your diabetic support, you know? You can call them and be like, my sugars have been 300 all day and I'm absolutely panicky and I feel like crap. Tell me what to do. And they're gonna be like, all right, here, I got you. This is what you do. So this is supposed to be like a phone. But it's probably like an email. Probably more likely you'll be emailing them. I don't know, it depends on your doctor. And that's just really all I wanted. So having a good endo is so important. If you don't like your endo currently, I say just chuck them, like just leave, because that is ultimately what is going to make your A1Cs better, is that person and the motivation and the confidence that they instill in you to have the, I guess, strength to deal with this disease and be hard on yourself, but also not too hard on yourself. I mean, that all of that is going to come from them, I think, and it's just so important, guys. So if you don't have a good endo, I suggest you do some really good research and find somebody who is recommended. And if you do have one, then just make sure you give them a hug next time, because they don't realize, like, the type of profession they have must be so difficult, and I don't think I could ever do it. I don't think I could be an endocrinologist. I couldn't do it. Just thinking about my own numbers on a daily basis and my own calculations and having to do that for many other people and be responsible for it, I couldn't do it. So to all the wonderful endos out there, we love you, and yeah, that was the point of this video. So I am going to do the Diabetes 8 Crack Challenge. I'm not sure when that's going to be up. I need to find like a day where I can actually have someone help me set up my camera for that, and maybe do it outside when like the weather is not bad, and like a day when I'm going to end up needing to shower later. I don't know, I'm overthinking it basically, but Diabetic Danica nominated me to do it, so I'm kind of like, okay, I should probably do it now, because about 4 different people have nominated me. And yeah, so I will see you guys next time, and I love you!